Once upon a time, in a village nestled between the lush forests of the African savanna and the sprawling banks of the river Kumba, lived a young girl named Anani. Anani was known for her bright eyes, which sparkled with curiosity and mischief, and her heart, which was as pure and brave as a lion's. She lived with her grandmother, Mama Binta, a wise old woman who was the keeper of the village's history and stories. Mama Binta was not just a storyteller, she was also a guardian of ancient secrets. One of these secrets was the story of the cursed earring. This earring, a beautiful piece of jewelry made of gold and adorned with a shimmering emerald, had been passed down through generations. It was said to hold great power but also cost, bringing misfortune to anyone who wore it. The story of the earring began long ago, in a time when the village was ruled by a kind and just king named Farhan. Farhan had a daughter, Hanan, who was as beautiful as the morning sun. Hanan fell in love with a young warrior named Junaid, and the two were set to marry. However, an envious sorceress named Talat, who had been spurned by Junaid, cast a curse on Hanan's wedding gift, a pair of exquisite earrings. The curse declared that anyone who wore the earrings would be doomed to sorrow and misfortune. On the day of her wedding, Hanan wore the earrings, and tragedy struck. A sudden illness befell her, and she passed away even before the ceremony could take place. Heartbroken, King Farhan ordered the earrings to be hidden, but over the years, they resurfaced, bringing tragedy to those who dared to wear them. The villagers decided to entrust the cursed earring to Mama Binta, knowing her wisdom and knowledge of ancient spells and protections. One day, as Anani was playing by the river, she found a glimmering object partially buried in the mud. Curiosity piqued. She dug it out and discovered the earring. She felt an odd sense of familiarity and decided to take it home to show her grandmother. Mama Binta, look what I found, Anani exclaimed, holding up the earring. Mama Binta's eyes widened in shock and fear. Anani, do you know what you have there? That is the cursed earring. It must be returned to its resting place immediately. But grandmother, it is so beautiful. How can something so lovely bring misfortune? Mama Binta sighed. Beauty can be deceptive, my dear. This earring has caused untold sorrow. We must return it before it brings more harm. However, the earring had other plans. That night, as Anani slept, she was visited by a spirit in her dreams. The spirit was Hanan, the king's daughter, whose soul had been trapped by the curse. Anani, you have the power to break this curse, Hanan said softly. But it will not be easy. You must journey to the forbidden forest, find the tree of life, and seek the help of the guardian spirit. Only then can the curse be lifted. Anani woke up with a start, her heart pounding. She knew what she had to do, but the forbidden forest was a place of great danger. No one who had ventured into it had ever returned. Nevertheless, Anani was determined. She packed a small bag with food, water, and the earring and set out before dawn, leaving a note for her grandmother. As Anani ventured deeper into the forest, she encountered many challenges. The first was a treacherous river, teeming with crocodiles. Remembering her grandmother's stories, Anani sang an old song that Mama Binta had taught her. The melody seemed to suit the crocodiles, allowing her to cross safely on a makeshift raft. Next, she faced the whispering trees, which tried to lure her off the path with sweet, seductive voices. Come, Anani, rest under our shade, they whispered. You are tired and we will protect you. But Anani, recalling Hanan's words, pressed on, ignoring the voices and focusing on her goal. After days of travel, Anani reached the heart of the forbidden forest, where the air was thick with magic. In the center stood the majestic tree of life. Its branches glowing with a soft ethereal light. Beneath the tree sat the guardian spirit, a magnificent being with eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of the ages. "Welcome, Anani," the guardian spirit said. "I have been expecting you." Anani bowed respectfully. "Great guardian, I seek your help to break the curse of this earring." The guardian spirit nodded. "The curse was cast out of jealousy and malice. To break it, you must perform 3 taxes that demonstrate love, bravery, and sacrifice. Only then will the spirit of Hanan be freed." Anani listened intently as the guardian spirit explained the task. The first task was to retrieve a flower that bloomed only at midnight in the Valley of Shadows. The second was to face the serpent of fear and take one of its scales. The third was to offer something of great personal value to the Tree of Life. Anani set off towards the Valley of Shadows. Guided by the light of the full moon, the valley was a place of eerie silence, and the shadows seemed to dance around her. At the stroke of midnight, a single flower glowing with a soft blue light bloomed at the valley's center. Anani carefully picked the flower and hurried back to the Tree of Life. The second task took her to a dark cave where the serpent of fear resided. The serpent was enormous, with eyes that glowed like embers. It hissed, its voice echoing in the cavern. "Who dares to enter my domain?" "I am Anani," she replied, her voice steady despite her fear. "I seek one of your scales to break a curse." The serpent studied her for a moment before speaking. "You are brave, child. To take my scale, you must face your deepest fear." Suddenly, Anani was surrounded by visions of her greatest fears: losing her grandmother, failing her village, her being consumed by the forest. But she remembered the love and wisdom Mama Binta had given her and stood her ground. The serpent, impressed by her courage, shared a single scale, which Anani carefully collected. The final task was the hardest. Anani returned to the Tree of Life, clutching the scale and the flower. "Great guardian, what must I offer as a sacrifice?" she asked. The guardian spirit looked at her with gentle eyes. "You must offer something that holds great meaning to you, something you hold dear." Anani thought for a moment and then took off her necklace. It was a simple piece, but it had been a gift from her grandmother on her birthday, a symbol of their bond. With tears in her eyes, she placed the necklace at the base of the Tree of Life. The tree's branches glowed brighter, and a warm light enveloped Anani. The earring in her hand began to shimmer and then dissolved into a fine dust that floated away on the breeze. The curse was broken. Hanan's spirit appeared once more, smiling gratefully. "Thank you, Anani. You have freed me and saved many others from suffering. Your bravery, love, and sacrifice will be remembered forever." Anani returned to her village a hero, her journey and deeds becoming the stuff of story. Mama Binta was overjoyed to see her safe and sound. The village celebrated her bravery, and the story of the cursed earring and Anani's journey was passed down through generations, a testament to the power of love, courage, and selflessness. And so, the story of Anani and the cursed earring lived on, a timeless tale of how a young girl's determination and heart could overcome even the darkest of curses, bringing light and hope to all who heard her story.